Hey everybody, welcome to Visual Communication Media. My name is Adam Rozeski. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of you. I hope everybody's having a great week. Welcome to week 4. About over halfway through the course. A lot of good stuff going through. I will work on your grades and hopefully have them by Thursday Friday like I did last week. If you have any questions about last week, just let me know and go from there. If you're having trouble turning in assignments, just give me a holler. But let's get into it. So the past 3 weeks, we've talked about the history of mediums and how we've communicated visually. We also talked about sensory communication, and we talked about perceptual communication. We actually spent 2 weeks on perceptual communication. Now we're going to move on to a third response type, which is called technical responses. And these involve visuals that trigger positive responses through technical systems or interfaces or machinery. And that's what we're going to be focusing on this week. So yeah, and these are responses gathered from like features or systems, and they help make it easier to navigate and understand digital systems or user interfaces a lot of times. And we'll talk about the 5 different types of design rules, which is when you're designing something or you're creating a visual using a technical system, you want to make sure it's simple. You got to keep in mind the proximity of things, make sure they're laid out properly, the clarity of it, also to make sure things are engaging as well, so the user keeps coming back a lot of times. Things need to be clear, and then also navigation, right? It's got to be easy to navigate and go through there. But we'll go into detail a little bit more. We'll talk about certain things that work really well, such as like drop-down menus, graphic image range is great for engagement, highlighted options, AI integrated systems, things, visuals that help the user understand how to use things and navigate through things positively without having any confusion or any frustration. Because when you're delivering something visual and the viewer is confused or frustrated, they're going to quit. That's the big thing. Or they're going to just throw it away and not really utilize it and find some other way to communicate or go from there. So you got to make sure, if you want to communicate what you're trying to use, especially like in a software side or some type of machine interface or something, like it has a screen or a phone or something, it's got to be visual, like an app. It's got to be visual, and it's got to make sense, because if anything confuses it, people are not going to use your app, and that's going to be, or use your system or your feature, however it goes about. But that's what we're going to be working on this week. We're going to be talking about visuals and how they help people use digital interfaces or technical systems. Now, we're going to focus on some great technical concepts here. We're going to talk about visual organization principles between old school Gestalt principles versus user experience concepts. We're going to talk about aesthetics and how their importance is when looking at things, and also visual connectivity and the relationships kind of tied into them. That's what we're going to be focusing on this week, really getting into the details within those. But other than that, that's all I got. Just quick announcements. Keep in mind, lectures same time as always, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on Tuesday. You also have your discussion post, your initial post due on Tuesday as well. I'll go over the assignments on Tuesday during lecture as always. But other than that, that's all I got. So be safe, have fun, enjoy week 4. Hope to see everybody at lecture. And other than that, take it easy. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.